Well, spring has definitely sprung here at this nature reserve. I have just seen so many birds here this morning. It's just been absolutely amazing. I guess you could say I've seen a plethora of birds. In fact, if you don't know what a plethora is, go and have a look at the Three Amigos movie. Actually, I'll leave you a link. There's a clip where they're talking about a plethora in the Three Amigos. It's funny, I love that film. I was here about 2 weeks ago and I was doing some photography with this new Nikon Z 180 to 600mm lens. And I'm very impressed with this lens so far. But while I was here, I was photographing and filming some kingfishers. What I noticed was they had a nest and they weren't quite going to it yet. But when I was down here yesterday, I saw them and 2 of them were starting to go in and out. So obviously the young have hatched and they're feeding them. So what I'm going to do is get this set up here. I've got it attached to my Z7. I'm going to go and park myself just near this nest and see what I can see. Just going to be very quiet. Just over there, there's a kingfisher sitting on that branch. That's its nest right there. So let me just show you. This is what it's like at 600mm. I'm about, I'd say a good 15 meters away. This is at 600mm. I'm still going to have to crop on these shots because these birds are only something like 10 centimeters long. What I'm going to do for most of this video is I'm going to be using the HD slow-mo in the Z7. A couple of reasons for that is that when you do a HD slow-mo in this camera, you get an extra 1.5 crop. So that then makes this lens go to something like 900mm. I can get much closer to the birds as well as to the nest. Second reason is they move so quickly going in and out of this nest. They go in and out and it's just blink your eyes and they're gone. So I'm going to be shooting that in slow motion, so at least you get a chance to see what it looks like. But anyway, I'm going to do my best to try and get some stills for you, as well as some overlay. You can see this nest at 600mm, I'm actually a little bit too close. So I'm going to come back to about 400mm in the slow motion. That gives me 600mm, and then I'll just get them coming in and out of the nest, and I'll leave a bit of room on the left-hand side of frame, just so you can see them coming in and out. I could just hear their little call, their little trill. One's just sitting on this pine tree right here. I'm going to shoot at something about 1/500th of a second at f8. The thing that's impressed me with this lens so far too has been the VR. Even at 1.5 crop, I'm getting a pretty steady shot, and this is handheld. So at the moment I've got these 2 kingfishers and they're coming into their nest, but the nest entry is on the other side. So I've got a couple of good shots where they're coming in and coming out. But what I'm going to try and do is maneuver around to the other side so I can see them coming into the entrance. Now, I'm going to have to be very careful here. We've got some really long grass and it's snake season here. We've got, you know, brown and black snakes, and they're pretty deadly here in Australia. So as well as I don't really want to bother these guys, I don't want to go close to their nests. Let me maneuver around this way and see what I can see. Okay, so this is the kingfisher nest from this direction. It's quite a bit further away, I'd say. It's probably a good 50 meters away, so I really am going to have to crop substantially on this. So let's just have a look through the camera at 600 millimeters. And I'm just going to flick it over into HD slow-mo. So this is going to give me 900 millimeters. Gee, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good frame for 900 millimeters, wow. So let me just do a little bit of B-roll for you here of the little kingfishers going in and out of the nest. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip it over back to stills. Now they are moving so quick. I'm going to shoot at 1/3200th of a second. I'm going to set it to about f8 because I want a little bit of depth of field. I know my ISO is going to go through the roof, but that's okay because I'm going to be using a couple of programs that I like to use. Topaz Denoise AI for getting rid of noise. And I've actually done a video on that. If you'd like to see that video, just go and check it out right here. Okay, so this is some stills. Gee, at 600 millimeters, that's still pretty good. I can get right in there. These guys are so fast. I can't believe how quick they move. But I'm pretty happy with that. I got far, oh, there's an ant all over my Z7. I got a couple of good shots there as the kingfishers were just coming in, and I've got some really beautiful wing type formations as they're coming up to the nest. Hang on, who's this guy? How close is he? Now this is the thing I love about bird photography. I'm just filming some overlay quickly for you guys. I have no idea what this bird is. I've never seen him down here before. Hang on, let me just get a couple of stills for you. Let me just show you that footage and the stills. I'm actually going to very quickly, there's another kingfisher's just landed right here above me. I'm just going to go and have a quick look on my phone. I'm going to look up this guy. I want to see what he is. I've never seen him before. This is the thing I love about bird photography, is finding new species I've never photographed before. Let me just have a look. Hang on, I'm just going to get out of the sun. The sun is absolutely blistering hot here at the moment. I'm going to go over here in the shade and have a look. This is so cool. I've never seen this guy before. That's the bird I just photographed, isn't it? Yeah, that is it. That is a olive-backed Oriole. That is so cool. Red eyes with a green top and like a speckled type stomach. You know, it was more interested, when you look at the footage, it was more interested in just checking me out than I was of checking it out. Now obviously with the Z7 it doesn't have bird detector or anything like that. So what I'm doing is I'm actually pre-focusing on the nest, and just as soon, I've got it at high plus in the frame rate, as soon as I see those birds coming anywhere near the nest, I just fire away. It's working. It's not the greatest camera for bird photography. I actually bought this camera for landscape. And that's why I'm waiting for Nikon to give me that D500 in a mirrorless, that APS-C version with bird IF in it. When I combine that camera with this lens, I think it's just going to be an absolute powerhouse for bird and wildlife photography. Well, what a fantastic morning down here with this new Z 180 to 600mm lens. I had so much fun. This is why I bought it. was to get in on those little small birds like the kingfishers. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Never stop creating, and I'll see you next time.